Hello and welcome back to another game from the Classics. Classics game 1v1 between Alcala and Chris playing in green as the Goth. And we have Ella Buzo, who apparently is better known as the Argentinian player Patin CC. Got a few more AKs, I think. I don't know them all, but I will call him Patin, playing in yellow also as the Goth. Now, this one should be interesting from what I've heard. I haven't seen the game actually, so I'm not sure what is going to happen, but it should be really good. Let's go for the maps. The start of the game, we can see main gold for Chris to the front here. The two boars are inside. Then we have the main stone to the side here. The 3 deer are outside, and this is a Classics game. I guess it was played on patch 1.0c, so we won't see deer luring, or maybe we will, I'm not too sure. I'm going to assume that we won't see it. Barry's a little bit stuck in the forest, but no problem for him usually. And then we have a second stone, a second gold and third gold, all in the back. As well as an extra gold here at the very end of his map, of his base. So actually a pretty nice map except for the forward main gold here. The boars are no problem here. Let's go for Patin's map. I hope you actually... It's called Patin. Is he Patin? I'm not sure. Got a coin and Patin. Oh, I'm gonna with Patin actually. Let's see, getting first boar in, second boar also in the back here. Main stone to the side, similar to Chris. Then a second gold which is outside. Main gold and third gold inside, but a little bit to the front, not ideal. Then we have an extra stone, an extra gold inside his base, and a second stone safe in the back. Both players should be able to gather enough stone to get a castle if they want to. But then again, this mill placement is rather questionable in my opinion. Not too sure what this is all about. Maybe he wants to play Farm Simulator around here. Put up, but it's a really far walking distance for villagers. Relic, we have one relic inside Pattern space. And let's see, one in between them. There's one close to Chris. There's one inside Chris' base. Now I'm missing one as far as I know. Not too sure. It's there on the walls, so Patin basically got 2 relics inside his walls. Chris is moving out those villagers. He got loom and Patin concedes, so he can't do anything about this. Chris is getting the deer here. 3 deer and milling, so we won't see any deer luring there. I am just assuming that it wasn't possible in patch 1.0c, otherwise players would have lured the deer back then. Let's see what's going to happen. Actually the deer is running away, so it would have been possible to do it. Look at this, that's just standard, but I'm guessing players weren't used to it back then. And Patin going with the barracks at 8 minutes. I'm guessing this is where the interesting part starts. What has he done? He got 50 gold, he's sending one villager, it looks like a rush build actually. And of course he found this gap in Chris. Well, is he going to rush? Actually, this would be very nice. Already promising to be good here. First militia's out, second one coming in as soon as the gold is being dropped. Mining camp being put up here. I'm not too sure about this mining camp actually, but let's see. 10 gold, and we're gonna see a third militia come out. There we go. 28 population, 26 for Chris. I'm just assuming he's up to feudal age. Yep, there we go. And now the deer is almost out. Let's see if the militia can go in, or if Chris will be able to wall this. Is Patin actually sending villagers to go forward? No, not really. So we're gonna see a villager with loom, but we're gonna see a rush on arena. And I'm assuming that this rush is not gonna end the game because it's a classic. But let's see. Chris can see it. He wasn't fast enough to wall this, and he might lose 1 villager, maybe even 2. Now he's starting to build a house here. 1 injured villager going back, and he's retreat with those as well. Patin then starting to create. No, it's third militia coming in. I don't think he's doing more. Chris advancing to the feudal age. Patin is on 4 military units, so 3 militia and a scout. Chris has to build his market close to his main goal, not what you want here. And the militia going in, blacksmith house coming up for Chris as well. But it's not walled here, and Patin is basically inside Chris eco. He can go around, he knows where the TC is, so he's going to be able to harass. And let's see how good Chris can deal with this. Moving the villages a little bit, but of course Patin is going to move away. Patin in the meantime up to feudal age, he got 8 farms up. Did he take his deer? Yeah, not building a mill here, maybe he should. He got enough wood here, probably just forgetting about it. And where's the villagers the militia going? Not too sure, just don't see them right now. They're on the barracks still. Chris then should be up to castle age. Yeah, just clicked up, 29 population, 28 villagers. Patin will be a little bit behind, but of course still got a militia inside. He might even want to go for, sorry, a little bit of engagement. He could have gone for men-at-arms actually. Not worth it right now. Losing a village, losing a militia here. Might kill Chris' scout. He has to go back now. A little more damage on the scout. Don't think Chris lost a villager. No, still on 28 while he's advancing castle age. Patin then going to castle age as well. A little bit behind, of course, but he's still got a 2 militia inside, so he still will be able to harass Chris, basically, to be a little bit of annoyance. Let's see where he's going to go and what players are going to do when they hit castle age. Let's go to Chris first. Chris is not on stone as far as I know. His main stone was to the side here, second stone inside, so we won't see any castle age aggression for now. Militia still scouting around, I think. Yeah, Patin lost his scout here. Let's see what Chris is going to do. Are we going to see a pure boom? Are we going to see monks maybe? Got enough wood for TCs. He's building 1 TC, he's building 2 TCs. No monastery being put up right now, and Chris is not walling this. Not building a house there or anything. Patin's still being a little bit annoying, of course, to Chris. Still using the 2 militia. Patin is up to castle age now as well. Let's see what he's going to do. Did he sell stone actually? Does he get up TCs? I'm assuming he sold stone to get more golden food and to be up. And now he's in stone. He can drop a second TC right now, which he's doing. And he probably tried to wall this in. Did he plan on doing that? No. Oh, he's dropping a castle actually. I was vrong. He had enough lot of villagers in stone, so he's dropping a castle. He's going forward. He's gonna be able to attack the main gold here for Chris, who of course has a gold in the back and 2 golds in the back, which he can take. But now Chris is gonna start, and only 1 militia left here. This walls won't go up, but the castle is up, and we're gonna see Huskarls probably, or fast into Goths really doesn't make sense here. But the castle is up, walls are going down. Let's see how Chris is going to react here. Chris, his 3 TCs right now just booming a little bit, 2 villages ahead only. That's not too much actually. And Patin's second TC coming up, no, third TC of course, coming up on his forward gold here. Of course he has taken map control with this castle. No Huskarls for now. Is he going for eco first then Huskarls, or are we gonna see Imperial Age War? The standard fast Imperial Age. Let's see what's going to happen. Patin actually scouting here and seeing Chris has villagers on stone, so he knows the castle might come up. Resources looking fine for both players actually. Chris not too many on gold of course, with only 2 villages here. Finally got a monastery and 2 relics already. He's going for a third one. I don't think Patin will be able to deny this one. Patin of course got 2 relics inside his base, which Chris won't get for now. And Chris can take the relic. Town center fire, let's see. No, Chris is gonna go away. And move his scout, Chris. No, not happening. Chris housed in 60 population. The Huskarls are coming out for Patin, and he's gonna see the monk. He's gonna kill the monk here. Not too good from Chris. Now 3 Huskarls out already. Let's see how Chris is going to react. He got 350 stone, building more houses now. He may need a castle soon. He's sending another monk here, but he's gonna find more Huskarls probably, or not. He's gonna get the relic actually. Probably Patin should have used his Huskarls to protect the relic for a little longer. Maybe could have killed another monk here. He's now going in, +1 defense is done, so he's gonna try and harass. 1 Huskar already lost to the monk here. Patin is gonna try and kill the monk, but it's gonna go into the TC, very safe here. Not too good for now, but Patin of course splitting his army, trying to be as annoying as he can, trying to kill a few villagers. Getting a house now, let's see, villagers, both in 66 villagers, so no real difference here. Chris ahead in score, I'm not too sure why, maybe because of the conversion and the relics here. Castle coming up now in defense to protect his main gold. Not on the main, oh no, it's his main stone, sorry, not on the main gold because he can't do it right now. Huskarl's still out for Patin. Patin now, he got the, how you call it, it's not profusion, it's the other one I think. He can create Huskarls from barracks, so we're gonna see a lot of barracks now in Castle Age. While Chris is probably gonna try and go to Imperial Age. There we go, 26 minutes 40 click. I think Patin knows about this and he is gonna start and put pressure on Chris and Castle Age as much as he can. He's getting more barracks out, he got +1 attack already done, also done now. Chris sending a villager out, not sure why. He got 2 monks, 2 Huskers, no, he's got 3 monks, 2 Huskers, converting a few more. And Chris should aim to get barracks soon, because, or is he going for Huskers as well? He's doing Huskers himself actually, but he's now going to see that Patin is going to go in with a lot of Huskers here, and Chris won't be able to defend easily from this, especially having no barracks. He's now putting a castle on this gold here. Let's see if Patin is going to react fast enough. At the same time, Patin is raiding Chris eco, forcing the villagers to go idle, to go and hide inside the TC. Few conversions coming up here. Patin got 2, Chris killing a few. Chris got 2 conversions, Patin killing a few more monks for the villagers. He's gonna get a few more villagers, and this castle is going up. So for now, Patin can take this gold. Chris a nice castle position here, and he's creating more and more Huskers. He's gonna hit Imperial Age, but he won't be able to do elite upgrade or anything. Town center coming up for Chris here. And military, we have double the amount of military for Patin here, who's not close to Imperial Age. Chris is up to Imp, he might be waiting for elite Huskers, but at this point Patin's still raiding his eco, therefore he's 6 villagers ahead. Chris only with 83 villagers. He's now starting to wall up a little bit maybe, back of his base. It's not really fully walled, not sure what this is about. I guess Patin doesn't know about the back base for now. Did he see? No, he didn't see any resources here. Might assume that they are, because you can see there's no resources around. Chris at the same time starting to attack the TC with Huskers. No traps or siege workshops coming up, except for the one here, my fault. So he got 1 trap, it's gonna go down very fast, because Patin got a lot of his cards here. And only 1 shot on this castle. Chris attacking the castle with Huskers. Patin maybe should do the same here. He could kill this castle for sure. Another castle coming up for Chris here next to his first one, so he's gonna have a strong force here. Now Patin going in again, hitting more traps that are coming out of Chris' first castle. Chris got 2 out, he's gonna go for the 3rd one. And Patin, let's see what are you doing, Patin. Patin is not up to Imperial Age, he's still going Huskers. And he's doing a siege workshop now. He got 5 barracks already, so he can produce very fast here. Because Huskers produced very fast, very good for him. And Patin even the upgrade advantage, because Chris still cannot afford elite Husker. He might have clicked it now. Yep, there we go. Elite Husker coming in. This could change the game actually. And now the elite Huskers, of course, a lot better than the normal Huskers. I'm not sure how good they are in comparison actually, but a little more HP, I think some more attack. Yeah, 2 more attack. And Chris is clearing up Patin's army for now. Patin not in the back, so not in the base anymore. I don't like to go team colors, red and blue. I really like to see players' colors actually, as long as it maybe isn't grey or orange. But it depends really. Chris going more and more Huskers as well. Nobody going for champions or hand cannoneers. It's pure Husker for now. Patin adding siege here. Patin is on 100 villages at this point, but using all the resources he has to create more and more Huskers. His main goal is going to run out sooner or later. Deleting a few walls here to get more saturation on the mining, on the gold mines, probably putting everyone in the mining camp soon. And now he's starting to kill the castles from Chris with the rams and Huskers, because he still has a huge advantage in military. At the same time he's raiding a little bit in the back of Chris' base, so Chris really had problems for now. Patin going more and more, and this castle is going to fall because the Huskers are very good against buildings, of course. Look how fast this castle is going down. Chris going to try and put a castle fast up once again. That's number 4 for him. But he still didn't wall this, he still didn't wall this one. So Husker is now in on his main gold. Probably gonna find these farms too. Chris cleared the Huskers in the back, getting another town center here. And Patin actually looking good in resources to get to Imperial Age. I think he sold a little of stone and clicking up right now, while he's having a huge advantage in military, still over more than 20 units more. Once again raiding the eco, trying to do it, but he's now fighting the elite Huskers from Chris, of course, which are not fully upgraded, but almost. Chris not getting the last tech upgrade for now. Goths, as far as I know, don't get the +4 defense. Would make Huskers really too OP, I guess. Mangonel and Ram still out. Patin manages to kill 2 castles. Once more Trap is out and Patin can go in, of course. And he's gonna use the Huskarls to go in and to do more raiding, to get more fights, maybe even kill the Trap here. He won't really care about the barracks for now. Chris is doing a little bit of damage only. And Chris still hasn't walled anything. Only 85 villagers. Of course, he got elite Huskarls, which Patin still needs. But Patin gonna move in, gonna start and kill this Trap. It's going to go down. And Patin creating more and more Huskarls at the same time. Very aggressive play here. I think if Chris went for champions or maybe hand cannoneers, this could be over already because Patin wouldn't have a chance to get in. But in this game we have full Huskarl power here. Only unit that's being created for now. Not sure if the player didn't know about champions and hand cannoneers. Probably champion would be the best against the Huskarls, of course. But let's see, Rams are moving in and Patin is going to try and kill the next castle from Chris. Chris already putting his villagers, at least one on the Rams here. While finally advancing to the Imperial Age. Resource is looking very good, and I'm assuming... Does he have a castle, actually? Patin does not... Yeah, he had a castle, but he lost it to the traps. I missed that, actually. Sorry. He cannot get Elite Huskar for now. But he's still doing the standard Huskarls. He might be going for Blast Furnace coming up. Yep. He needs more stone for a castle, and stone prices actually looking standard. Didn't sell stone as far as I know then. And Chris for now can defend, only 9 units, military units, but Patin right now gathering his forces. He is gonna push in again, and he really needs a castle desperate to get the Elite Huskar upgrade. It won't be too cost effective to go in as long as he doesn't have the upgrade here. Chris going off for more and more barracks. I'm assuming he did I still don't know what the upgrade is called, but he should be creating more Huskarls very soon. Let's see if he's going to do so, or if he's actually switching to champions at the same time. Patin still more than double the amount of army for, again, in comparison to Chris. Chris not putting any, not producing anything. Nah, there we go, Elite Huskarls. And the house is finally coming up here. Although this part of the map could be lost for Chris if Patin decided to go there. Right now he's not able to push in. Patin should get a castle now, he got it at this point. It's back inside his base, probably a good idea to protect the main stone. Elite Huskar of course coming up. And we're gonna see a huge fight between the Huskar armies here. Patin still should have the advantage, although Chris got the fully upgraded Elite Huskars. Patin only missing the Elite Huskar upgrade. Chris now of course going for more and more barracks. Still nobody going champions or anything, it's pure Huskar war. And looking actually a little bit better for Chris it seems, because the Elite Huskars apparently a lot better than the normal Huskar. And there we go, Patin behind in army now. Chris managed to defend this. We can now see archer ranges coming up. Is Patin going to go for hand cannoneers finally? Yep, there we go, chemistry is done of course, obviously, so he's gonna go for the hand cannoneers against the army of Chris. Hand cannoneers or champions against Huskarls, I'm not too sure what's the better idea here. Generally speaking, hand cannoneers and champions is a very good combination of 1v1 for Goth, or in the Goth war I guess. Huskarls not seen so often, that's because I like this game very much. A lot of Huskarls, which is the Goth unit, the best one you get. And Huskarls of course being created so fast. You can see this, let's see if this gets killed more anyway. Barracks creation actually faster, and it's only taking a few seconds before the next Huskar is coming out. So numbers will be high for Goth here, as long as they can manage to get enough resources in. Chris right now got enough gold left. He doesn't have too much food, but it's of course because Huskarls cost a lot of food. Similar thing for Patin here, who is behind in score by only a few hundred points. Trap coming out, but Chris is now going to move in, and of course this is open here. Goth don't get stone walls, and they can't re-wall this, can't put a gate here. This trap is going to fall because it's not going all that. Even spears coming up, I think that was a misclick. No more lead Huskarls, lead skirmish are probably a misclick as well. Which should be hand cannoneers. Patin now got a lot of stone here, is going to put up another castle in defense. But Chris is going to push more and more. Chris 128 villagers, Patin even on 138. Gold should be run out very soon. Did Chris see his gold in the back here? He can see his gold. Patin can see it as well. Good for him, he's going for it right now. At the same time, Chris is still pushing the rams out here. The only battering rams, no cap rams for now. Go again, see, yep, cap ram coming up, expected. More and more lead Huskarls being created. Both trying to take map control, spreading on the map, getting more and more buildings up. Siege Workshop from Patin is going to fall, and still a lot of Huskarls here. Now Hand Cannoneers, of course, very good against Huskarls with their attack bonus. At the same time, Huskarls the attack bonus against archers, and technically the Hand Cannoneer is counted as an archer here. Or maybe it's against gunpowder units and archers, not too sure. So Huskarls can do a lot of damage also to Hand Cannoneers, as far as I know at least. Correct me if I'm wrong here, please. Put it in the comments. But as far as I know, Huskarls kill Hand Cannoneers pretty fast as soon as they reach them. The problem is reaching them. But let's see, Chris now spreading out, getting more eco even. 147 villages, so that's only 30 military units. Not a lot of fighting then going on, but you really need a big eco to sustain Huskar production, especially since a lot of them are going down very fast. Patin with the military elite now once again. He got full upgraded Hussars, elite Huskars, sorry. I hope I didn't say Hussars, so often it's Huskars. Is it Huskars? Oh, it's Huskars. And now the fighting will continue all over the map. It will be difficult to follow. We still have a main fight here. Patin, right now, the bigger army should engage here, I think. Hand Cannoneers might help at the same time. Losing a few here, raiding Chris' eco, which Chris doesn't really care about, I guess, because 144 villages, what do we have? One more. We need army now. Siege coming up, so Chris killing a few buildings, but he's gonna lose the rams now. More and more Huskarls coming up. These players must be mainly focusing on creating army, not even on controlling it, because it's going out so fast. Chris resources looking fine except for gold, but same for Patin here. Chris is using the rest of his main gold. Patin, of course, ran out. This gold is out, and only 3 villages on the last gold remaining. Chris then got a lot of villages on this main gold. Relics might now be interesting. How many relics did Chris get? Actually, it's just 3. Patin should... Wow, he's not taking the relics. It could be a mistake. He's pushing right now, though, and he got a score lead at this point, so it's looking good. Pikeman coming up for Chris. I guess he's out of gold basically and wants to get his numbers up, so he's now creating pikemen, which of course are not doing too good against the Huskarls here. Let's see if he's going for halberdier anytime soon. Same time, Huskar fight on the right hand side, not too much happening on the left here. Very big ecos for both players. Townsend on the wood here. And Patin are starting to attack the buildings, should probably raid this. He's gonna kill a lot of villages if Chris is not putting them back. But this is main focus, main gold from Chris. Of course, this position, we knew it, not too good. Chris has finally gone for the extra gold here. And Patin right now moving in, should probably get some few bombardments out, but he won't be able to afford it for now. See Siege Workshop anywhere? Yeah, one is there, Chris with the rams, but Patin also gonna cap rams now. We're not seeing any traps, probably because they're gonna die too fast. Not sure. Halberdier is done for Chris. Let's see how he's gonna be able to defend. We're gonna go for, yeah, population. Actually, Patin with a lot more. He's pop capped at 210, so he's got all he needs. Good amount of food, a little bit of gold left. I'm assuming players sold all they can. Yep, there we go. Chris, resources not looking bad, but going for halberdier instead of, yeah, Huskarls or champions now. Not sure what that's all about. At the same time, Patin is raiding on Chris eco as much as he can. Killed a few villages here. Chris back to 137 villagers, like that's a problem. Hand Cannoneers coming in. Hand Cannoneers, of course, are very good against the halberdier here. And the trap is out to kill this castle. I was wondering when this would come up. Patin's still not gone for the relics, which is a little bit disappointing. He should have gone for them, I think. Gives a lot of gold in the long run. Chris, of course, will have gold in the long run. And he's creating more barracks right now. He's queuing a lot of halberdier. Look at this. He must have had so many resources before queuing all of them. Resources looking pretty similar. And now Patin losing again a little bit of army, but he's pop cap 210 still. Chris almost at 200 at this point. More Huskarls moving in. Wonder where these guys are getting the gold from. Same time, Halberd is trying to kill the traps here, but Patin was able to defend. He's gonna move a little bit forward with the traps where he start to attack the barracks here. Now Chris is going for a lot of barracks. Don't think Patin has too many of them. He's mainly using Huskarls now. Once he's out of gold, he might have a problem because Chris can then go and spam Halberdier. But he has to defend for now, and he's 2k behind in score. But let's see if he's going to be able to. At the same time, Patin is moving on the right side with 2 cap drums, killing more barracks. He's taken map control. He's pushing into Chris' base, and I'm not sure how long can Chris can hold this. Chris is now going for an archery range. I'm assuming he's done chemistry, but I'm not too sure. can't really afford hand cannoneers at this point. And Patin again moving in there. He is gonna try and is going elite skirmishes, really? A questionable choice here in my opinion. Elite skirmishes is really not the best idea, especially against the Huskarls. But you can see Chris has the numbers here to kill a lot of elite Huskarls. Of course, Howling not too good, but look at this. They're going down. And Patin under 50 military now, while Chris can still spam Halberdier all day long. And he might even win this with helps. Although if Patin can push and can do significant damage to Chris' eco, he might win this. It's really not clear for me who is going to win this. A lot of hypes coming up, and Chris now on almost 70 population. Gold looking fine for now. I'm not sure if he's sold or if it's just the relics that he got. The 3 relics, of course, helping him a lot here. He is still gathering gold from this extra here. Same for Patin, who needs all the gold he can get. But he's really low on gold. He's using all he got for Huskarls here. And I think he's taken the relics finally. Yeah, there we go. 1 relic in. Let's see if he's going to find a second one, or it's hard to see actually if he didn't look for them. And now look at this army. That's only Halberdier and lots of them. Maybe elite skirmishes was against the hand cannoneers. That could be it. I'm assuming that was Chris' idea here. And Chris now still a little bit in the lead. Of course, Huskarls again very good. And nobody going for champions. That's really what's bothering me. Not sure if this was a bet or some made-up thing before. How do you call it? I'm not sure. I'm missing the words right now. That they wouldn't go for champions, but try otherwise. If yes, it's good. If not, even better. Still more fights coming up here. The Huskarls should be able to win the Halberdier very easily. But Patin losing this fight once again due to the numbers from Chris. Actually, he's winning for now, but Chris, look at this. It's reinforcing where he can. He's getting so many Halberdiers. And Chris population 180, while Patin again on 210, which is really impressive. Wonder where he's getting all the gold from. He must be selling everything he has. Both on 134 villagers at this point. And this game is taking quite some time. Huskarls now moving in for Patin. I'm going to go a little bit faster, but it's not going too fast right now. Can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. Main gold is finally running out for Chris. Only 300 left. Oh, I'm wrong. There's a few more. That's like 1,500. And a few more fights coming up. Now these Huskies are just standing. There's only 2 are fighting against the Halberdier. Not too good for Patin here. If he would use the hand cannons, that would be very good for him actually, but like this, not ideal. Patin still, once again, has map control, and he's gonna try to move in once again. He probably should really kill more buildings here. But he's busy fighting the Halberdier and the elite skirmishers. Now Chris is going to lose a few more villagers on the main gold. He once again won't be able to take the main gold. He's going to lose the siege workshop, and it's looking good right now for Patin, who will still get enough food. He's probably selling. But Chris there with a lot of gold in the bank. And if he's going for hand cannoneers now, he could win this game probably, or maybe start the Huskar production once again. He got a few of them, a few like 20. Patin of course got a few more here. That looks more like, oh my god, 30, 40 40 units. And maybe more because he's mainly doing Huskars. A few elite skirmishes now mixed in as well for Patin and hand cannoneers. Once more raiding coming up on the eco. And again, this is the spot where the fight is happening. See, the game is going slow. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because it's a very long game, because there's so much happening. Of course, we have like 400 units moving over the map. And did Patin get the second relic? No, still didn't get it, so he's got one against Chris with 3 relics. And you can see Patin is very low on gold. Chris, 200 left, so he can still use a little bit more of it. Got enough wood in the back, but players mainly going to sell now. And try to get gold as fast as they can. Huskars once again moving out here for Chris, who was able to defend once again. Inside here a lot of dead bodies, and both back to under 50 units. Both reinforcing as fast as they can now. Chris still with more gold as far as I know. Yep, there we go. And I think the better gold usage for Chris and usage for Halberdier might actually win him this game. If he can push now, if he gets into the eco from Patin. Patin going to take this fight here. Of course, Halberdier once again from Chris, so he's gonna have the edge here. But in the long run, it's probably more cost effective to use halves against the Huskars because they don't cost any gold. I'm not sure how much food or wood would Hustle cost converted to a halberdier. I'm not gonna calculate it now. More barracks coming up for Chris on the front, so he's ready to push. He's pushing out halberdier as fast as he can. He's back on 200 population. Patin on 160, he's losing a lot of units, and now he has to go back. I think he's missing the gold. He sold a little bit more resources, I guess, and he's getting up elite skirmishers. What is he doing? Queuing more and more elite Huskarls. Now it's let's see where he's going to send them. There's a few more. But Chris going more and more halberdiers. Look at this, they're coming from everywhere, out of every barracks. And Chris is starting to fight back, actually. Score looking a little bit closer, only 1,500 points. He drops out for Patin, but he can't use them right now. And the cap rams starting to destroy the archer ranges here. Patin fighting back with this elite Huskarls. Doing the job against the halberdier, but once again there are so much more halberdier coming out. And Chris is gonna start and raid as soon as he can. Probably gonna go into the base of Patin really soon. Let's see if he's gonna manage to do so. We can see Chris mainly with the trash now. Patin gun for pikemen, but halberdier of course costs 600 gold. Chris got enough gold for now to get more siege. He's doing so. His pop cut 210 population once again, and a military count for Patin finally going down. Chris spamming halberdier as fast as he can, as many as he can, as much resources he has. He's using them on both elite skirmishers and halberdier, and he is finally winning this, I think. Very, very impressive. I don't think Patin is going to be able to fight back this. He got a lot of food and wood here, but against the elite skirmishers, which are fully upgraded as far as I can see, and of course the halberdier is fully upgraded, against just pikemen. I'm not sure how skirmishers from Patin look like. This looks very good for Chris, who is now moving in. He's gonna use the rams. Maybe should have put some halberdier in. And one ram already starting to attack the castle. Patin once again putting up a few, creating a few more Huskarls where he can, mainly pikemen. But now Chris is in, and this might be a huge damage to Patin's eco. See, only 112 villages left. He lost a few already. Probably around here. Not sure if there was raiding going on this side. And Chris is going to take this game a matter of seconds before he can take the score lead, probably. Patin has to move villages here. Got a lot of idols, I'm pretty sure of that. 36 idle villagers. He's fallen to under 100 villagers, while Chris is still almost pop capped in 200 population. A lot of gold, food in the bank, enough wood, a little bit of gold, and he's moving in. He's gonna kill this castle eventually. Only 72 HP left in this one. More rams moving in, there's 2 more coming. And even a few Huskarls in the mix, mainly halberdier now. Halberdier of course going to raid where they can. A lot of dead bodies here once again. And Patin on 80 villages only now. Even raiding on the right hand side. Chris is raiding everything. He's killing what he can. This castle is going to fall. Was a little bit prepared, but it's down now, and Chris is going to move towards the next castle probably. Last stand from Patin here. Good amount of army for now. It's 60 military units that he has. Should probably spread over the map, but the main forces are here, taking another fight. Of course, the elite skirmishers now doing good damage against the pikemen here. Village is cute here. TC might go down as well, and Chris is getting more and more units. I'm assuming he's using a lot of... No, he actually has a lot of food in the bank, which he's not using right now. Of course, he's pop capped, so resources are building up very fast. Capram is down, but at this point in the game, Elabuso, Patin decides, I have lost this game. Chris has taken the score lead. I tried to push in, I had the advantage for quite a long time, but actually in very late game, the mass halberdier from Chris winning him this game against the elite Huskarls. Of course, we haven't seen any champions in this. Very unique game, in my opinion. Very, very good game. Nice defense here from Chris, who was pretty down at a certain stage, but then taking back map control. So many barracks for Chris, so many halberdier for Chris, of course, and he's finally taking this game home. I hope you enjoyed this. This one really earns the name Classic Game. And I'm gonna do a few more of those if I can find them, if I can find more classic games, more really good games. And yeah, see you next games then. GG.